This is for afternoon class. Where is my server? My machine. Okay, I put a 2 GB RAM or on. I started my machine. Okay, so I put a VMnet0, guys. Look at here. I put a VMnet0, custom VMnet0. Earlier when I installing that time it is VMnet1 only. I change it to VMnet0. Okay, guys, remember here. Try to understand what is this VMnet0. This is my virtual machine. Virtual machine having a NIC itself. Machine means it's a physical machine or virtual machine. It contains same properties. Okay, it contains a NIC. NIC. Next, this is my physical machine. This is my physical machine. I am also connected to internet. Okay, particularly in my machine, in my machine, I have a wide network connection. Wi-Fi internet connection is also there. This is my Wi-Fi. Okay, this is my Wi-Fi. Okay, this is my Wi-Fi. Okay, through Wi-Fi for my laptop I'm getting internet. Through Wi-Fi I'm getting internet or a physical network access. Internet or a physical network access through Wi-Fi, right? So Wi-Fi is a one NIC. Wi-Fi is a NIC. Okay, now in my virtual machine I want to access the physical network. I want to access the physical network. Okay, physical network or a internet. Physical network or internet. I want to access inside of my PC. Okay, so this is the scenario. So later again I will change the network. Later again next practical I will change the network. For this practical I am telling like this. Okay, so look at here. So I select in my virtual machine. In my virtual machine it is a network adapter. Virtual machine don't know anything. So what application I'm using? VMware Workstation. I'm using an application is a VMware Workstation. Okay, like this, right? So this is my VMware Workstation application. Using this application only, I can create and run the virtual machines in my laptop, right? So in this one, I went to the settings. First one is I went to the settings. First on VM. In that one, I went to settings and I changed my network like a custom VMnet0. Okay, so go to custom and VMnet0. Custom set to VMnet0. VMnet0, VMnet1, whatever it is. Okay, so it is a first basically I'm telling VMnet0. Next one is in a that is first. So go to your virtual machine. This is your virtual machine. Settings. Go to settings. VMnet0. Go to custom. Put a change it to VMnet0 or bridged. Bridged also okay. If you don't know anything, go to bridged. Otherwise, select a VMnet0. Okay. The next one is in application. Go to edit virtual network editor, virtual network editor. Okay, virtual network editor. Guys, these settings are compulsory to do it, so then it is very easy for you. Okay, so what I have to do? So again, on application, so go to edit, virtual network editor. Okay, virtual network editor. I need a space, that's why I'm putting like this. Okay, so virtual network editor. Okay, virtual network editor. So this is virtual network editor. Chain settings. Go to chain settings. Then click yes. Okay. So screen will be blank for us sometimes. Okay. So what you do? Click on. In settings, sometimes if it is not showing, it's okay, no problem. Okay. And make sure that VMnet0 is showing. If VMnet0 is not showing, click on add network. Then select a VMnet0, click OK here. Okay. So click VMnet0 and click OK then. Okay. Click add network. Okay. VMnet0, click OK. Like this. You can add a multiple adapters also. Like this. Okay. Now this is VMnet0. It is showing bridged. So make sure like VMnet0 bridged. Okay. VMnet0 bridged. External connection. Okay. So normally say like a not only VMnet0, VMnet1, VMnet2, VMnet3, like that also we can bridge any adapter. It's just a virtual one. Okay, that is anything. Like for VMnet1 also you can make it as a bridge also, no problem. But generally VMnet0 is basically like a bridged connection. So when you see your system shows automatic, VMnet0 automatic it shows. So compulsory change it to your Wi-Fi adapter name. How to know what is your adapter name? Already I told ncpa.cpl. So then you will know what is your adapter name, or you can go to command prompt also, you can get it. But better is ncpa.cpl to go to network adapter settings. This is your network adapter, guys. This is my Wi-Fi adapter. I'm connecting with the Wi-Fi adapter. This is wired one. Which one you are connected? So make sure that you are go to that one. So I am connected with the Wi-Fi. So open that one. Go to details. Go to details. You can see in the description, you can see that your Wi-Fi adapter name. Read properly the name or write down in a paper. Okay. So write down. So what is the name? So Qualcomm Ethos wireless network adapter ER something it is showing, right? So compulsory read and remember, or write down if you are unable to remember. So this is my Wi-Fi adapter. Next one is in the automatic, change automatic to your adapter. See, you can see the list of adapters it is showing. You can see this is Qualcomm Ethos wireless network adapter with AR9485 like that it is showing. This is my adapter. For example, I am connected to my this network, Ethernet. Okay. If in case wired connection, this is a wired connection related. If I'm connected to that one, so you open it and read the name Qualcomm Ethos, okay, PCE fast Ethernet it is showing, right? So what I'm going to do is I will select that one only. Okay, I'm selecting that one only like this. Okay, so like that. So which one is your adapter? So look at that one properly and do it. Because some are very intelligent people. Wi-Fi is showing, they will select Wi-Fi. No. It is a virtual adapter. It is a virtual adapter. So look at properly which adapter you are connecting. Okay. This is my original Wi-Fi adapter name. I'm connected my net system to my physical network with a Wi-Fi adapter only. So I'm selecting. For you, it is different. For your system, based on your system, based on your network adapter name, you have to select it. Okay. Next one is, once you've done this one, once you've done a VMnet0, go to VMnet1. Go to VMnet1. Guys, VMnet1 is a host only. VMnet1 is host only type. So I will show you. For example, you have a virtual machine. Okay, you have a virtual machine. Already I explained all these things. You have a virtual machine and you have a virtual machine. Okay. If you want to make a communication between these two virtual machines only and a physical machine. Okay, in a VMware, in VMware Workstation, we have this option is like this. See, look at here. This is my VMnet1 adapter. Okay, VMnet1 virtual adapter, virtual switch type. Okay, I connected this virtual machine to VMnet1. I connected this virtual machine to VMnet1. Okay, so then these two pieces can communicate each other. These two pieces can communicate each other, and also these pieces can communicate with my physical machine also. Possible physical machine is also. If you look at here, see, this is VMnet1. VMnet1 also having an IP address. VMnet1 also having a some IP address. Okay, look at this. Okay, this is not came from DHCP. It is directly I given some IP address. Okay, here also same thing. It is I disabled it. Now it is enabled. This is also network adapter, so it got some IP address. Okay, so make sure that who given that IP address manually you are giving, application is giving like that. You have to verify. So you have to keep doing, then you will understand. Okay. So this is my virtual network adapter one, VMnet1. Okay. I will mark your attendance. Okay, this is my VMnet1. So because of adapter is in my physical machine, and also these machines are connected. So obviously VM1 is communicating to VM2 and also my PC. So all three communicate each other. PC to VMnet1, VMnet2, sorry, PC to virtual machine 1, virtual machine 2, or virtual machine 1, virtual machine 2 can to PC, like this. All three can communicate each other, but it cannot communicate outside. No physical communication. No physical communication. No physical communication. No internet. No access. Kind of stuff. Outside of my virtual machine. Outside of my physical machine. No communication. Outside of my physical machine, these machines won't communicate. Like these virtual machine cannot communicate outside. No internet. No access. Okay. So here it is. One problem will occur. This story is, if you look at this VMnet2 and DHCP enabled. DHCP enabled means your DHCP enabled means this is a VMware Workstation application. This application will give you a IP address. So you can configure manually, but while you are doing some practicals, you may not get an IP address from your server. Okay, when you are doing a DHCP practical, that time you will get a little bit problems. That's why what I always do, I will disable this VMnet1. Okay, so usually I will disable this VMnet1. Okay, so DHCP. Okay, for at least for VMnet1 DHCP, I will disable it. So what happened? DHCP this. So what I'm saying is, my VMware workstation don't give you an IP address. My VMware workstation won't give you an IP address to my virtual machines. I have to configure manually. So that is like this. Okay, VMnet1 connected. VMnet1. So what happened? Okay, VMnet1 is connected. Okay, VMnet1 is showing connected. It means it's working. Next one is DHCP not showing enabled because of I unselected this one. See, if you select it, it's showing enabled. If you unselected it, it's not showing enabled. It means your DHCP means VMware Workstation DHCP. VMware Workstation DHCP service won't work with the VMnet1. So make sure that this check mark must be there. The second check mark must be unselected. Okay. So again, VMnet0 bridged and select your adapter. Second one, VMnet1. Make sure that first one is selected, second one is not selected. It is host only. First one is selected, second one is not selected. That's it. Only these two things you must do for a next practicals. Why I'm using VMnet0 for my physical machine, that is I will tell. NAT also I will tell. Okay. Apply OK. I done a cancel, but apply OK is important, guys. Yes, last one is NAT. What is this NAT? And there is a very good thing about NAT recently I understand. And okay. But problem is with the NAT is also there. So this is my physical machine. My physical machine has a physical network. Physical machine has a physical. All are a very good subject, guys. Concept is very important. Okay, but for a practical as well as a concept, the network virtualization concept it is. Because I don't tell this one again. I'm telling very neatly. Okay, this is my version. Again, some what is it? Okay. Today everybody woke up late or what? Okay, this is my virtual machines. So one is enough. I took a very big one, so no problem. This is my virtual machine. Okay. Now I want to connect a thing to physical network. A thing is I want to connect to physical network like this. Same scenario. Here how I connected. Same thing I want to connect. I want a internet. I want a internet. Simple say I want a internet in my virtual machine, but I don't want to connect directly like this. Okay, so I am using a NAT option. I'm using a NAT option. Virtual machine, the NAT option, I'm choosing it. Okay, this is a NAT. Through NAT, I'm connecting. Through NAT, I'm connecting. You know, so when you are using VMnet1 or VMnet0, okay, VMnet0, okay, VMnet1, the settings are very important to learn. In a NAT, you no need to learn anything. Okay, simply it is go to VM settings, go to here, select a NAT. That's it. Okay, select the NAT1, or you can select this one, VMnet8 NAT. Okay, like this, or directly select a NAT. Okay, I'm not selecting it. I'm putting in VMnet0 only. Okay, so you can select a NAT directly. Okay, so what is it will happen whenever you are getting a network, your physical machine get a network from outside, the internet kind of stuff, usually like a physical network. So what are the network you are getting? That you will get some IP address. For example, you are getting 192.168. Okay, so something 1.1 net like that you're getting. But in a virtual machine, it gets in different way. Maybe like a 192 dot, 149 dot, 20 dot, some 30. Okay, so just for example. Okay, it's not visible, guys, because it's a yellow color. Okay, so whatsoever it is, see, it is inside of this virtual machine. Inside of this virtual machine, we'll get a different set of IP address. Okay, but in your physical network is different set of IP address, different network IP address. In a virtual machines, the different type of IP address you'll get it. But the virtual machine can communicate to physical network. Understand? Virtual machine can communicate your physical network, can send a ping, like a ping to my physical machine, or ping to google.com, like internet access also there, right? So you can communicate to anyone. Problem is reverse communication issue is there. Reverse communication means your physical machine or a physical network to virtual machine communication what happens, because it's a NAT. I don't know where is that network. My PC don't know where is this network. Okay, that is the problem. That's why I don't use NAT normally. But last time, for the last one batch, that is 10 and 9 batch, we got an issue. So two people got issue. In those two scenarios, I told them to use NAT. I told them use NAT. Okay. So in a normal any other issue, you don't get any issue with the VMnet0, then no problem. If you don't get any issue with the VMnet1, okay, good. Okay, so VMnet0, VMnet1 is working. That's a good one. Okay. Some people will get a problem, so then definitely it's a problem. So what are those scenarios? I will tell. So one of the student is in a hostel. What happened? Their hostel they are using a hostel Wi-Fi. In a hostel Wi-Fi, what happened? There are limit the number of connections, because anybody can able to connect, right? Or if someone hostel related friend is came, they given a password, so they'll connect with their mobile phone, laptops like that. So what they done? So they done a mapping, Wi-Fi related mapping is they done. So it's like a MAC address of a laptop and mobile phone to Wi-Fi router. So MAC binding is done. So whenever they send a request, MAC address matches, the router will give you IP address and you will communicate. And what happened? It's a virtual machine. The virtual machine sending a request to Wi-Fi adapter directly for getting IP address. The Wi-Fi adapter verify, so this Wi-Fi router verify the MAC address of virtual machine. And obviously, as there is the MAC address is not there, and you don't give any IP address. So I seen what happened, and she said like I'm in a hostel. I'm using my friend's laptop. I'm in a hostel, and we are not getting IP address. I said, okay, then use the NAT only, because we don't have a choice. Because of NAT address translation means whatever the physical network yours, it use your physical network with a different set of IP address, translate into different manner. So no problem in that one. So that is your MAC address. Okay, so that in that scenario I said use the NAT. In another scenario, someone is upgraded their Windows 10 to Windows 11. Okay, recent upgradation. So there is some improper installation of Windows virtual machine is there. Improperly, they didn't install in a proper places. There's some issues are there. So what I said, uninstall and install it again. After reinstallation, the network drivers are not installed. VMware workstation related network drivers are not installed. So in that cases, we tried all the things, even though we scanned with antivirus also, and something is there, some problem is there inside a PC. We are unable to get the VMnet0, VMnet1 also. VMnet1 also not there. Okay, so then that scenario only NAT is working. So I said the person to use the NAT. Okay, like that in a certain scenarios, in certain places, you can use NAT. It means inside your virtual machine you want a internet, you can use NAT, that's a safe. But you want to communicate a two-way communication between physical machine and virtual machine, don't use NAT. Physical machine to virtual machine to physical machine communication, don't use NAT. Okay, you can use VMnet1 or a VMnet0 for VMnet0 for internet access, VMnet1 for just host only like us. You want to communicate virtual machine to physical network. What it is, I said, virtual to virtual to physical. Sorry. Yeah, correct only. So virtual machine to virtual machine communication and virtual machine to physical machine communication or a physical network communication. You can use NAT also, no problem. But reverse side it won't work. It means physical machine to virtual machine or physical network to virtual machine. The IP address confusion is there, so it's very difficult to get. Okay, so it depends upon your scenario. We'll do it in this practical mainly. I'm using VMnet0. Next practical, I'm using VMnet1. So compulsory, guys. Which network is very important? Compulsory in a troubleshooting, guys. Always OS layer. The physical connectivity must be known. Make sure where you are connected. Okay. Next one is IP address. So this is I connected to VMnet0. VMnet0 is binding to this one. Of course, there is another troubleshooting is there. Go to network adapters properties. If your VMnet0 is not working, so go to your adapter. So which adapter you want? Go to that adapter, go to properties and make sure VM bridge protocol is there. VM bridge protocol is there. If it is not there, it won't work. Okay. VM bridge protocol must be here. Okay, it makes the bridging between your virtual VM adapters to physical adapters. This will do the bridge protocol. This is the bridge. What is a bridge? Hub, router, switch. There is a bridge, right? So what is a bridge? Bridge is a virtual connection between one adapter to another adapter. It's a connection, so like a software type connection. Okay, it's not a bridge, is not a physical one. It is a software. Okay, it is like a virtual one or a not physical connection. Exactly, say not physical connection, not directly device. Bridge is a just make a connection between two adapters. Okay, so this is the bridge protocol. VMware bridge protocol must be there. If it is not there, VMnet0 or a bridging not works. Okay, so make sure that should be shown. Okay, guys. So this is my PC. I'm logging here. We have student 1. So this is, you can see it is showing network access kind of stuff. Okay, you can check the IP address if you want. Like you can go to CMD also. IP connectivity. So if you see the IP address 192.168.0.127. So in my physical machine also I'm going to check my IP address. How to check IP address? IP config. If you see, this is my Wi-Fi IP address 192.168.120.137. See, first three parts are same, right? 192.168.0. Because it's a class C, the first three things must be same. Okay. So next only host part only different. Host part only different. That is a 127. This is 137. Okay. So this is the mainly your IP address. So both IP addresses are same. Like I can able to communicate to my destination. So 192.168.0.127. So that is my virtual machine's IP address. Virtual machine IP address. Or from virtual machine to physical machine also you can able to communicate. Actually I said VMnet0 not only communicating to your physical machine, yeah, that's the thing. Destination host not reachable, meaning is the particular host is not there or is turned off or IP address is run. This is my correct IP address. So 0.137. So I can able to communicate from my virtual machine to my physical laptop. For example, I want to communicate from my virtual machine to some other laptop, other mobile phone. Also, I can able to communicate. Also, I can able to communicate. And already I told, so we can access the internet from our virtual machines. Yes, how to access the internet from our virtual machine. So also we'll see. Guys, for most of the things, for most of the virtual or physical, whatever it is, the problem with network connection. So solve your physical connectivity or like VMnet1, VMnet2 kind of stuff. Next one is IP address stuff. Okay. So make sure if they are working, everything works. See it is, I am trying to open google.com. Okay, here it is. I'm getting a google.com. It is something by default searching it. Okay, so this is I got some information. Okay, so like this. So internet is also accessing. So that whole purpose of telling again, because last time I told this one, but some guys are asking. They don't understand that time because of I told very big kind of stuff. Okay, so compulsory understand guys the difference between VMnet0 or a bridged connection, VMnet1, VMnet2 or a host only connection. Okay, NAT, VMnet8. What is the differences? Okay, VMnet0 are bridged connection. So the bridged thing means you are bridging. So what you are exactly saying, you are bridging the VMnet0 adapter to you are bridging VMnet0 adapter to your Wi-Fi. Because of this bridge connection, when you are connecting to VMnet0, you are able to access physical network and physical machine also. Here no bridging kind of stuff. It is a VMnet1 is an individual one, host only type. So you cannot able to communicate outside of your physical machine. Here it is NAT connection. NAT is also like a bridged, but with NAT kind of stuff. So your adapter is connected to Wi-Fi, but it do network address translations. It means physically one kind of network, but for a virtual machine, different kind of network, but still you can able to access the outside network. But Already I told. From VM virtual machine, from via virtual machine, you can communicate it to your physical machine and physical network, internet, like that you can access. But from outside, from your physical machine or a physical network, you cannot they can't communicate it to you. They can't communicate it to you because they don't understand which network you are belongs to it. Okay, there is a gateway problem you will have there. So I have to configure a gateway, then I can able to communicate maybe. So I will have to figure it out. Then next time I will use that only. Okay, guys, this is about your network configuration. Network configuration. If you know the network configuration, if network configuration is good, so every practical works very good way. Okay. Actually, I said I will tell how to share a folder kind of stuff. Next part I will share. Tell that one. So network, guys, understand this one, network configuration, how to do it. Or may I tell very easy way, like a 1 or 2 steps only. Once again. In your physical machine, go to run, put a ncpa.cpl. This is my Wi-Fi adapter. I connected my laptop with a Wi-Fi connection. Okay, guys, this thing won't work with your USB dongles kind of stuff, or a mobile phone directly connected to laptop and getting internet. That is may have a different settings, but I didn't get that settings. Okay, this is completely like a Wi-Fi hotspots. You're connecting your laptop with a Wi-Fi hotspot or a Wi-Fi's like that. Okay, open your Wi-Fi adapter or a, which one you are connected in network. So check your name. Okay, check the your network name. Then go to so two virtual machines running in a same machine. Very good. That's a good question. I will ask tell. Okay. First of all, in your virtual machine, so which virtual machine you want to connect or you want to bridge it? So change it to VMnet0. Okay, change it to VMnet0. And here is the actual setting for an entire application setting. This setting, entire application. This setting only for virtual machine. Only for the open virtual machine. I open a virtual machine. So this setting for a virtual machine part. These are all entirely for this virtual machine. This is whole application purpose. Whole application. Okay. So like this, you can open. Like see, there is no virtual machine is open currently in this window. Nothing is options are there. Okay, but it is showing. It means for it is for entire VMware workstation setting. So open it. So click on change setting, guys. If you are open the VMware workstation with the run as administrator account, directly it will show the output. Otherwise, you can click on a change setting. When you click on a change settings, it will ask for a window will open with a yes or no kind of stuff. Click yes. Next, click on your VMnet0. Select bridged Z. Okay, line. If VMnet0 is not showing, click add network. Select VMnet0. Click OK. Then you will get it. Okay, so select VMnet0. Make sure bridged, connected to, it is shows in automatic, connected to your network, connected to your adapter name. Select your adapter name and apply OK. Apply OK. Okay, the next one is VMnet1. The VMnet1 is also very important for our practicals because it's a host only. Host only networks won't communicate to physical networks. So when you connect a virtual machine to physical network, when you connect a physical network, okay, so then obviously, yeah, you want to communicate between virtual machine to virtual machine only, not a physical network, means no internet, nothing. So you can select a VMnet1 host only type of networks, host only type. Okay, so This is like enabling VMnet1. Second one is enabling DHCP service from the VMware. What I'm doing is I'm unselecting it. Okay, make sure it shows connected, and enable kind of stuff should not be shown here. So what will happen? VMware Workstation will give you IP address. Will give you IP address. That is a good thing because you don't need to configure IP address in your virtual machine. So that is a good thing. But problem is when you do certain practice like a DHCP server type of practices, that time system will confuse. System will confuse. To avoid that confusion for a system, not for us, for a system, we are disabling this one. Okay. So VMnet1. Okay. First is check mark. Second one is no check mark. Okay. So only one is enough. Then click apply. Okay. So this is the setting, guys. And very important question. Like I want to close this one now, but someone asked a question. What happened? We run two virtual machines parallel in a same physical machine. That's a good question. So, but I am saving this one. Okay. Guys, look at here. This is also very compulsory. A lot of people will get a doubt. See this. This is my physical machine. I'm telling you about my physical laptop. Okay, I'm telling you about my physical laptop. I have a CPU and I have a RAM in my physical RAM. Currently, I'm talking in a physical RAM, physical PC in the physical RAM. Mine is totally 12 GB RAM. Availability. So make sure that go to your task manager, verify how much is available. Availability of RAM is very important when you are doing practicals. When you are doing practicals, still I have a 3 GB available. Okay, availability also check it. Check the availability of RAM. Okay, so now look at here. For example, my availability of RAM is 5 GB or 6 GB. Okay, 5 GB or 6 GB. So for like a 5 GB is available RAM or 4 GB is available RAM. I create a virtual machine. The formula in the virtual machine is intact with your physical machine, means physical operating system, physical hardware, intact or a detached. It is a detachable and intact with your physical machine, but it use your physical resources. It utilize your physical resources. For example, so virtual machine having a virtual CPU and a RAM and a disk space also there, right? I'm talking in a RAM consideration mainly RAM consideration, but CPU is also very important, but I'm talking in a RAM wise. Why I'm telling always like a 4 GB people, 8 GB people do like this, because of RAM is main consideration, because of CPU is already powerful CPU only we are having, at least powerful CPU. Okay, minimum power is there, right? So here it is, you can see this RAM is 2 GB. Mine is 12 GB. Available is 5 GB. I created a virtual machine. I power on the virtual machine. Power on condition. I created a virtual machine with a 2 GB. I turn on the virtual machine. This 2 GB consumed from my machine. So how much is available now? Just available. 3 GB available. Earlier 5 GB available. Now I turn on my virtual machine. 2 GB consumed from my RAM. So now availability is 3 GB only. Next. I have a virtual machine. So guys, look at here. So this is my virtual machine. It's a 2 GB virtual machine. So 2 GB virtual machine. Okay, VMnet0 connected. 2 GB virtual machine. I'm opening another virtual machine here. Okay, just for now, I changed my RAM to 2 GB. I changed my RAM to 2 GB. This is also 2 GB virtual machine. Okay, look at here. 3 GB available. 3.2 GB available. I didn't turn on this one. I didn't turn on this one. Okay. For example, just turn on this virtual machine. It is also 2 GB RAM. What will happen? This 2 GB occupy from your RAM. Now minus available. So you will get a availability RAM is 1 GB only. 1 GB only. So I turn on two things. So look at here. I'm going to turn on this machine. This is the one machine. This is another machine. I'm turning on the second machine also. If you look at this, available RAM will reduce automatically that 2 GB. So when you're running a more virtual machines at a time, it consumes your CPU, RAM mainly. Disk space is already important. So disk space is already important. That is also I will tell separately. Okay, disk space is also very important. So you can see it's 1.2 GB. 1.2 GB. Look at here. Okay, this is another machine. When I start another machine, it is availability RAM is down. For example, just for example, I have a still 1 GB available memory. I created another virtual machine. This is also 2 GB RAM. I try to turn on. What happened? Machine will be turned on and it's try to occupy 2 GB from here. What happens? System become very slow. Totally dead slow. Totally dead slow. Dead. Your physical machine, virtual machines, everything, every application is slow. Dead slow. Not a normal slow. It is dead slow. So be careful. Don't do it. Always calculate. It's actually a great question. Always calculate availability RAM. Make sure that there must be a availability RAM more than 1 GB availability RAM must be there. More than 1 GB availability of RAM must be there. So make sure that one. Okay. Sometimes it is not there. Sometimes it is really problem. Sometimes some people will get this kind of doubt. Sir, um, we are going to do some practicals now. Here it is. This is my already Windows 10. This is my Windows 10. Now you should run a Windows server also. You should run a Windows server. Both must be run. Both must be run at a time. So Windows Server 2019, this one. Both are running same time. So for example, 2 plus 2, 4 GB consume from your physical RAM. Okay, it is okay for 8 GB RAM people. Okay, so 4 GB RAM people, 1 GB, 1 GB, 1 GB, 1 GB. Very slow, but you have to run like that only. You don't have a choice. Next, in next one, we are going to go with the Linux. So only Linux. We are practice on a virtual machine, Linux only. We need a Linux machine only. We don't need any other machine to run parallelly. Some people think, sir, I'm running a Linux machine with a 2 GB, for example. Now this is also consuming more, so I don't have a RAM space. So I deleted my Windows 10 and Windows Server. Guys, not required. Not required. Remember, when it is on, when it is on, it consumes RAM. When it is off, VM is off, it don't consume your RAM. It only consumes disk space only. Only disk space. Not a CPU, not a RAM. So remember, if virtual machine in the off condition, it don't utilize your CPU and a RAM. Anyway, virtual machine has a storage. Then storage is there. That's it. Okay. Virtual machine stored in your physical machine. The storage will take it, but it won't take the space in CPU and RAM. So you no need to delete the virtual machines. You can keep the virtual machine. If you look at my virtual machines, okay, if you look at my virtual machines, lot of virtual machines are there. Then I will die by this time, right? So some are virtual machines are a 6 GB virtual machines are there, 8 GB virtual machines are there, 4 GB virtual machines are there. Okay, by this time system will die. Okay, it exceed, not exceed, double exceed or 10 times exceeded. Not just one time, two time. Okay, so when VM is off, it won't consume CPU and RAM. For example, if I turn off this virtual machine, automatically I'll gain the 2 GB again. Okay, this CPU is showing C higher and CPU will come down also. Okay, CPU will come down. So remember that one. If you are running a virtual machine, a single virtual machine or a double virtual machine, it purely depends upon your resources. You have to keep on monitor your resources when you are using virtual machines. If virtual machine is turned on, then only it consumes your resources. If in on condition only, it consumes resources. In off condition, it don't consumes resources. That is very important. Next, guys, some people will do this mistake. Again, I will tell. Some people put a virtual machine in a paused mode. For example, they open the machine, they put the machine into paused mode, like this mode. Like a, this is running virtual machine. They click on this pause. They click on this pause, and they said like, yes, sir, it is going to saved state. So I can open from the last stage. So don't do it, guys, until unless it is very necessary. I'm doing some work. Okay, I'm doing a seriously. I'm installing some application, and I have a urgent work. So I cannot able to continue now. So tomorrow I have to continue, but I can't able to shut down. I can pause it. That is a VMware facility is. I can pause it. I'm doing some installation already. I told no. So installations like a Oracle like this. Okay, this is the Oracle site. Okay, so I installing some big application. It will take at least half an hour or 1 hour. It's keep going. It's will taking lot of time. So what I done? I paused it. I close my system and all. And next day or maybe after 2 or 3 hours or maybe evening, I open my virtual machine. I continue the from the previous stage. I can pause it. That in that condition you can use a pause. Otherwise, shut down your PC. Shut down your PC. Okay. Even though for a physical PC also same thing. Some people wantedly put a PC into the sleep mode. Okay. They wantedly put in a sleep mode or a hibernated mode. Sleep and hibernate will damage your PC if you are keep putting in a very frequently, like today, tomorrow, like every time you put a sleep, hibernate kind of stuff. So that is not good. Some people close the lid of the laptop and no problem. It is automatically it is going to sleep mode. So no problem for me. It is not good at all, guys. If you are not using your system, compulsory shut down your PC. You're not no longer using system, just shut down your PC. Okay, or this night completed, so your work is completed, shut down your PC. So what happened in that one? So you can open it things tomorrow. That's a good thing for your system, not like a system is put in a sleep mode always. Is not at all good. Okay, so this is about, guys. I think you understand if what will happen if you are running 2 or more virtual machines. So I am running a 2 virtual machines. If you see, I'm running a 2 virtual machines here. No problem. Okay, no problem. Why it is no problem? Because I have a enough of RAM space now. If I open another virtual machine with a more than 1 GB, my system, my virtual machines, everything is become very slow. Of course, even though a slightest problem will occur, slightest distance, so you want to make it little bit easier, you have to increase your virtual memory in your physical machine. Okay guys, this is two virtual machines. So first of all, both virtual machines you have to go and verify both are connected to VMnet0 or not. In this cases, VMnet0. This is another virtual machine, VMnet0. And of course, you have only one Windows 10 where you get another Windows 10. No problem. Use your physical machine. Use your physical machine for another one for this practical. For me, I have a little bit problem, so then I am using my virtual machine. Okay, so I am just stopping recording. It is only for network connection in a VMware part only. The next part I will show you